declaring that death no longer had the final word. The resurrection was not just an event. It was the beginning of a new world, a new creation, a new people. After appearing to his disciples, Jesus gave them a strange instruction. Stay in Jerusalem. Not go, not preach, not act. Just stay. And so they returned to the upper room, the same place where they once reclined with him at supper. Now it became a place of memory, fear, longing, and obedience. They did not know what would happen next. They only knew they were called to wait. It was a holy pause, a selah, a divine breath between promise and fulfillment. In that stillness, God was preparing them for something they could not yet imagine. Then in the midst of their waiting, Christ appeared. Locked doors could not keep him out. Their fear could not silence his peace. He breathed on them, a gentle foreshadowing of the storm to come. And it was as though water was poured into their souls, the first stirring of the Spirit, who would soon break out like a river in flood. Among them was Mother Mary, the woman who once carried the Word made flesh. Now she carried the church in prayer. As Christ poured out his Spirit, Mary poured out her heart, interceding, mothering, guiding. She became the quiet vessel through whom grace flowed, mirroring her Son's self-giving love. And then it happened. A sound like a rushing wind, tongues of fire descended, hearts ignited, voices transformed. The Holy Spirit was poured out, not gently, but powerfully like a river bursting through a dam. The disciples were quickened, awakened, set ablaze. They spoke in tongues, not to confuse, but to unite, proclaiming the wonders of God in every language under heaven. Fear dissolved, timidity vanished. Ordinary men and women became bold witnesses.